Hey guys! Okay, so I'm Haley and this is Ashley, if you don't know that already. And we had just posted, or Ashley technically, had just posted a boyfriend advice video. And we had gotten such good responses from that, so we decided we would make another video. But before that, we wanted to know if you guys had any other questions for not even just like boyfriends or just like high school, anything type of a thing. Because I mean, obviously she will know the boyfriend answers, and then I guess I can help with anything else that's related, not to boys, I guess. But anyway, so today we just thought we were going to share with you our high school experience, because it can be a little bit different for everybody else, and this was actually my first year of high school, and then this was her
third year of high school.
Yeah, so we have totally different views, so we thought maybe that could just help you guys out a little bit. And so if you guys have any more questions that we don't answer in this video, then you can just leave them down below, and we'll just get started.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had just been a sophomore in high school, and for me, that is a first year of high school, which I know for some people, freshman is first year, but where I live, I am still in junior high when I'm a freshman, and I know that's kind of weird. I don't like it, but anyway. So sophomore for me was my first year in high school, so I transitioned from junior high to high school, and it was a pretty big difference for me. The campus obviously is a lot bigger, and my class was one of the biggest classes ever. We have over 550 students, so it was pretty big, and you tend to not know everybody's name anymore. For me, I stuck with most of my friends from junior high. I met a lot more new people, and I became closer with people I knew in junior high, but I became closer with them, if you get what I'm understanding. Did I explain that right? Yeah, I think I did. Okay, so for me, I kept close with my friends from junior high, and I did meet a couple of new people. I didn't mix well kind of with the other school that came in, just because some of them, we just didn't get along as well, I guess, and I don't know, it was just, I didn't mix with them, and I actually didn't really have many classes with them. For me, most of my classes was with people that I had already, met before, and I didn't really, want to get to know them, I guess I can honestly say. So, I don't know, I'm hoping next year for me, I will get the chance to meet some new people, because I really want to do that, but, I still love the friends I have now, so that was kind of my first experience when I walked into high school, is just kind of, the whole friend situation and meeting new people and stuff like that. But for me at high school, I didn't use a locker, and if you're on a really big campus, I would recommend doing that, because they do give you the option to use a locker, but for me, there's just, only 5 minutes between classes, and I will have, a class over here, and then a class, all the way over there, and that, takes up your 5 minutes, so I wouldn't recommend getting a locker unless you had, so many books that you're, killing your back, which almost happened to me. I had a really heavy backpack. You can ask anyone, but you can't really ask anyone. But my backpack was huge. It was humongous. But, anyway, so I would recommend not getting a locker unless you really need one. But I would just use your backpack and just make sure you don't, forget anything, because your backpack is going to be with you at all times. So, yeah. Do you have anything to say? I'm tired of talking.
Okay, so I just finished my junior year, and my first year of high school was actually freshman year, so I went straight from 8th grade to going into a big high school. So, I don't know, I guess my biggest advice is make friends with all the people in your classes, because that's who you're going to be spending a majority of your time with. I never had any, friends of mine, close friends of mine in any of my classes. So I just had to make friends with, who was in my class, and I got to meet a lot of really new, just, cool people, and they're some of my best friends still today. We've kept it up since freshman year, and unlike Haley, I go to a really small school, so the biggest class is 123 people.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
So, I don't know, it's a lot closer, you kind of know everybody, and everyone's kind of in everyone else's business, which can be good or bad, but I think one of my main advice for high school is just, get to know new people and take everything one day at a time. I know junior year, for me especially, was really, really stressful, because I had a lot of homework and SATs, and you're thinking a lot about college, but just take it one day at a time and do the best that you can. And also just like stay out of the stupid like high school gossip stuff because that just makes everything like 10 times worse. So I think my best advice is just get to know people and really just be yourself and have a good time.
Okay, so the next part I'm going to talk about is lunches. And I don't know if your lunch does this, but for me, my lunch is mixed with all classes, so like sophomore, junior, senior. But there's 2 different lunches and you get separated. So for me, that was really hard in the beginning because I didn't know if I was going to be with my friends or not, and I was kind of like freaking out. But I think it's actually almost a good idea because you kind of have to force yourself to get to know other people, and that's something that's really hard for me. And I luckily had lunch with literally all of my friends. All of my friends had the same lunch, and it could be a good and bad thing at the same time. And for the most part, I liked it. I enjoyed it because I sat with, you know, groups of people that I didn't really sit with last year, but I was still friends with them, and we became even closer this year. So that was nice. But I would say if you do end up getting split up from your friends, don't try to worry about it too much and kind of take it to your advantage to kind of get to know other people, because in a way I had wished I had done that. Because, like, I had met this one girl on, like, the first day of school that I had never met before, but we became really good friends, and I was going to sit with her at lunch that one day, but then I ended up finding all my other friends, so I sat with them, and I kind of regret it because I feel like I could have gotten to know other people, and so I kind of lost my chance with that. So, I mean, my other friends probably would have always been there, but that one girl wasn't, so I didn't really get to become friends with her. If you get what I'm kind of saying, it's just kind of like don't miss opportunities to get to know other people because that can be really good. And something about me is that I have friends like in different, like a bunch of different. Well, they're gonna hear that in the background. But I have like friends in like a bunch of different groups, which can be kind of hard at the same time because you know you go to that one friend group and you only know one person, and like the other people are kind of like not odd, but like awkward. I mean, it's just kind of like you don't really know them, but like at the same time, you know, it gives you a chance to meet other people, which is really cool. So, yeah, I don't know if all lunches do that, but for me, that was like a big deal when I first got there and learned that that was gonna happen. So, yeah.
All right. As far as lunches go from my school, every grade has lunch together. It's freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and yeah, you just have one lunch period, and it's kind of the same. You kind of have to weave your way through the crowd and talk to people and find out who you're going to sit with. But it's always good to sit with your friends, but it's good to sit with multiple different like people groups too, because you get to know a lot of different people. And I just recently, all my friends graduated, so I started sitting with different people at lunch, and they're just like some of my friends that I had in junior high, and
it's kind of cool to catch up.
Yeah, it's been cool to catch up, and it's just interesting how I could go and connect immediately with them again like we had never stopped communicating. So just I encourage you again to just make a lot of new friends and sit with, you know, whoever you can.
Okay. So, now we're getting a little deeper. But, okay, so more like on my personal level of my first year of high school, overall, it was pretty good, not gonna lie. Like, I had a really fun year, and it went by really fast. But, of course, there's always, you know, the girl drama, the boy drama, all that kind of stuff. And so, for me, I personally am someone who, I don't consider myself, like, confident, but, like, at the same time, I don't have a lot of self-confident issues. Like, I've realized that now over the past couple, well, not past couple, just, like, over the year, I've noticed, because, like, some girls, you know, they trash talk people to feel more confident about themselves and stuff, and
that's the only reason they do it.
Yeah, like, honestly, if someone's talking bad about you, it's mostly either because they're jealous of you, or they just have their own issues and they're trying to make themselves feel better.
And we may sound like your mom right now, but it's totally true.
It is true. I have known friends like that. I myself have sometimes been in that position. You know, it's just like, it's gonna happen. I mean, you just have to ignore it. So it's like, it's what girls do. Yeah. So, I mean, there's nothing you're gonna be able to do about it. It's just, it's natural. But, anyway, so for me, I knew people like that, and, you know, I tried to stay away from it. And for me, I consider myself, like, I was talking about how I was, like, I'm actually not that self-conscious, and I think YouTube has helped a lot in that area. If you aren't, like, from my beauty channel, I have, but for me, YouTube has helped a lot with that, and I've just kind of realized that, like, haters don't bother me, and if they're gonna hate, then they can just hate. It's their opinion, and just, like, yeah, I feel insecure about some things, but, like, I'm someone who can kind of get over it, and I think that's a good thing, and I think everybody should feel that way. Like, you shouldn't be insecure about some things because, you know, everybody's insecure about something, even if they don't seem like they do. There's something. Yeah. So, like, so I just recommend in high school just not to care what people think, and I know that can be really, really hard, but once you get to college and stuff, and once you're, like, living on your own and stuff, that's not going to matter anymore. And I know sometimes, for me, I think, you know, I might not even know these people in the next, like, 4 years, because, like, once you get to college, everybody just kind of splits up. Not everybody, but, like, a lot of people do. And so, like
in college and in real life, no one's going to care who the popular kids were in high school. Like,
not at all.
No one cares.
No. Like, yeah, there's sororities and stuff, but I mean, from, like, some of the people that I watch on YouTube, they don't make sorority sound that bad. Like, I mean, obviously movies just kind of exaggerate it, so. But, I just think some girls need to realize that, you know, popularity doesn't really matter. Yeah. And once you get to college and, like, beyond that, you're just going to be like, why did I do those things when I was in high school? Like, honestly, like, that's just how I see it now, so. Totally. So, like, for me, I think of myself a little bit mature in those ways just because I don't get into the gossip as much. Like, obviously, it still interests me. It's going to interest everyone, but, like, I try not to get into it. But, like, honestly, like, I still do at the same time, if you get what I'm saying. I just don't tend to start it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, same kind of goes for me. I think gossip is really pointless. It can be interesting, but it's very hurtful to everyone involved, because if you're the one saying the gossip and spreading it, you look like a total jerk, for lack of a better word. Mm-hmm. And, you know, if you're receiving it, then you're kind of guilty by association, to be quite frankly honest. And so I think you really need to stay out of it. And like Hailey said, they're either jealous or they're worried about their own thing. For me, I'm a person that had really low, like, self-esteem. But I've kind of come to the point where I'm kind of like, look, you don't know me, you don't know who I am, and you don't know what I'm about, so don't talk about me. And if you're going to talk about me, then you know what? Keep talking, because apparently you're jealous of me. So I had an experience with a couple people who actually took pictures of me and spread them around school and said I was doing things that I didn't do. And it could have gotten me in a lot of trouble with cheer and with other things. Although the rumors weren't true, I didn't know who people were going to listen to, me or the other kids. So, I mean, honestly, if you're going to start a rumor, you got to think about how it's going to affect the other person, and you shouldn't be starting it anyway. Mm-hmm. So it's really all about just staying out of it, because you're going to have an all-over better high school experience if you're the nice girl or the nice guy that's not in rumors. And girls, I know it's easy because gossip can be interesting, but it's hurtful to a lot of people.
Alright guys, so that was the end of our high school advice type video. If you guys have any more questions, leave them down below and we will get to them.
Yeah.
And so it's summer now, so we're just having a lot more time to film, and we really want to get this channel, like, going. Because I know we've been kind of slacking the past year, but we're trying. So I hope you guys liked this advice video. Again, any more questions, leave them down below, and we will see you guys soon.
Bye. Bye.